What is up, everyone? JD here. I hope you're all doing well today. Today, I'm really excited to bring you my full review of the Pena Bravo 1. Really excited to bring this review to you, and huge shout out to Javier for lending this to me. Refine_EDC over on Instagram. Really appreciate the loan, brother. Thank you so much. I have really enjoyed this knife a lot. This is going to be a fantastic review. I am super pleased with this knife. Really quick, he did pass along the box so that you can kind of see how the package comes presented. You can see here the Bravo 1 liner lock, brown micarta. Comes in a very nice, simple box. It does have foam padding. It does come with the package, and it has the wicker moisture pack included to protect your M390. What I'm going to go ahead and do, since I've had some time with this knife, is going ahead running through the specifications and then thoughts and impressions, and if I can think of any alternate recommendations if you're interested in this knife, but that is going to be really tough to do because this is a fantastic model. My favorite Pena is the Bravo 1. This thing is, to me, a home run from Pena. It has a 3.25 inch M390 blade, 4.25 inch handles. You can get them in micarta. I think they have them in green or brown. 7.38 inches on the ruler, and 3.9 ounces is what I weighed this particular model in at. I was a little surprised that it was 3.9, almost 4 ounces. It didn't quite feel that heavy, but it is weighing in consistently at 3.9 ounces. So it is a little bit heavy, but it is not awful. I'm going to go ahead and run through my comparison knives for size reference. First up, I'm going to bring out the Spyderco Yojimbo 2. I'm going to bring these up a little bit because I am kind of close to the edge of the table down there, and I'm bringing out the Spyderco Shaman. As you can see, the Pena Bravo 1 is closer in size to the Yojimbo. It is smaller than the Shaman. If you're familiar with the Shaman, shout out to my boy OCD for EDC. I actually purchased this CME, which works really well, passed it along, really nice, really nice. Turns it into basically a compression button lock similar to what you would find on the Spyderco Smock. Next up, I'm going to bring out, and I think this is going to be a really nice size reference, that is going to be the Benchmade Bug Out. I think this is really close in size. And then the SIG K320 made by Hogue. As you can see, the SIG K320 is just going to be a much overall bigger knife than the Pena Bravo 1. All right, let's get these crossbar lock knives out of the way, and we'll go ahead and bring out my budget knives. I don't know why that's continuing to shake. Sorry about that, everyone. This is the KU321 made by Kubi, also known as the Royale with cheese, and one of my favorite USA recommendations if you just need a budget beater and you don't want to spend more than 30 bucks. You have your Buck 110 Plus, and as you can see, Buck is bigger and the Royal is smaller. So there you go. Size references. We'll do a profile comparison so you can just see how thin or thick this knife is depending on the comparison knife. As you can see here, it is thinner than the Royal. Next up, I'll bring the Bug Out back. That's another knife that oh, that's not the Bug Out. That's another knife that I like to do a thickness comparison against. As you can see here, it is just a little bit thicker than the Bug Out. And you have to look to the chamfered edge because I know that throws everyone off a little bit. And then last but certainly not least, here is the Yojimbo 2, which also does a good job representing the Para 3. They are the same thickness. So as you can see here, these are the same thickness as well. All right, let me give you my thoughts and impressions. Now, I really like the micarta on here. It is a smooth finish micarta, and it is pretty dry, so it does have a little bit of grip to it because it does have that kind of dry texturing. This is going to patina and continue to break in, which I think is going to look really good over time. I like the way micarta patinas. I did a forced patina on my actual Blade HQ exclusive sheepdog, which I think came out really nice. I think it has nice little high and low spots on it that look really good. That I forced it on that, but I think doing it naturally on this is going to look really good. I think they did a nice job pulling off a very gentlemanly look. Has good accents, nice thumb studs, Really nice pocket clip. I think this looks very upscale for what you're getting with this knife. Lockup is at about 30% of the actual blade's stock. Might be 25 to 30, but it really close. I worried about the access to the lock bar, but because they chamfered it out inside, that actually does allow you to get into it pretty good. And as you can see, this is very smooth action, fall shut, very easy. I wasn't sure about that front flipper because it's so low profile, but it has the correct jimping on it, and it goes all the way over the top, so you get nice grip even if you get it right on that corner. Bites down onto the fingerprint of your thumb, and it opens really nicely, and you can even roll it with the finger. You can even do the reach around. So all of the deployments work really nicely with that front flipper. Very impressive. The thumb studs are really nice. They're very comfortable, and they do catch the fingers very nicely when you go to deploy it, even if you're trying to get it for the reverse flick. So just a fantastic knife. Really like this a lot. It is contoured, so you get contoured scales, and even though it is a little bit more thin through the stock of the handle, that contouring makes it feel really chunky in hand, so you end up having a very satisfying grip when you're holding onto it. I love the milled pocket clip. It goes in and out of the pocket fine. I've had no issues. I did test it on some jeans, and it does seem to catch, and it does seem to have just enough flex to kind of catch to go in there. Only once or twice did I have it kind of hit and not want to go in there, but it seems to go through very smoothly. They probably could have brought it up just a tiny bit, but I'm not sure how that would have affected the ergos and the grip in hand. I love the utility shape of this Wharncliffe. Really nice for draw cuts. It does have enough of a tip to actually catch whatever it is that you want to pierce into, but you kind of have to come at it at an angle, let it kind of rise up a little bit and catch it, and then as you get into whatever it is that you're cutting, then you can go into your push cut. Has a swedge here to reduce the drag, but the middle of the blade, it gets nice and thick here, so if you are working on heavier duty material, I guess you could say that reinforces the spine there. Sharpening choil on here is pretty good. It actually is far enough back off to where you'll get 1 or 2 sharpenings in, and then you should be good. But after that, you might want to add a little bit more of a sharpening choil there yourself, just taking off a little bit of the edge. But really nice knife, and I really have enjoyed it. I'm very impressed with the Pena. I really like the size of this. I think it's a nice EDC. Again, I think when you're thinking about how big this knife is, if you're into like the bug outs, I think that's a really nice size reference. Good alternate recommendation. If you want a little bit of a nice recommendation, you can get some premium bug outs directly from Benchmade for a little bit less than this Pena. You can get it with 20CV, you can get it with S90V, you can get aluminum and titanium, and you'll be a little bit lower than the price on the Pena. The Pena is a little bit more expensive. Another knife that I really wanted to do a comparison against, but I can't really make it as a recommendation, was going to be the recently released TW Price Design Dawn. That's a mouthful, but this is another really good comparison. Instead of thumb studs, you have the finger choil, the fuller here for deployment, and you also get really nice jimping that was really well done. It doesn't go all the way around, but because it is such a tall front flipper, it does deploy really easily. So this was going to be one that I did want to do more of a battle against than I did a recommendation, because I don't know if he's going to manufacture these regularly, come out with different colorways or variants in the future to where you can get them a la Vero Engineering, like the way that he does his drops and such, where it's, you know, I think they both use Best Tech. So I think if he can do something like that, come with different blade shapes, different colorways, different variants, and drop them, I think that would be really cool if he could do that. But that does make it a bit tougher to get if you go down that route, whereas right now the Bravo is not available, but if you check in a couple weeks or a month, Pena may have sent more stock out, and Pena probably will do a premium variant. I can imagine they'll do something with a titanium inlay or something to that degree. So really nice knife, but anything like, again, in that bug out size, 80-20.5 size, Yojimbo 2, that's all going to get you into this range of pocket knife as far as friendly for EDC carry. But it is going to be a little bit more selective if you want something that's slender like this, thumb studs, front flipper. A budget variant of that could be the QSP Gannett, but I can tell you the action is not going to be as smooth as these two knives that I just showed you here on the channel just now that are kind of similar. But if you're interested in this knife, you already know the price tag. All I can tell you is that it's a solid buy. It's a really great knife. So hopefully that has helped you. If you did enjoy today's video, do me a favor, leave a like. Consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed. I'd love to have you follow along as I grow the channel. There are links down below for recommendation, and if you use those links and go make purchases of that item or other items after using that link, it does help the channel. It's a small kickback that helps me fund for future filming. And there's discount codes down there that you can use at your favorite retailer. I do not get kickback for all of those, but I wanted to make sure that I got something for my viewers as a way to say thank you, because I do appreciate the support. I hope all of you have a fantastic week. Don't forget to go follow me over on Instagram. I do post daily photos and shorts of my daily carry so that you can see that content regularly and you don't have to spend a whole lot of time with that particular video. I hope all of you have a fantastic week. Until next time, peace.